mean, so I went back to DC a couple months ago to see some friends, and a lot of them were like, Aida, why are you in Saudi? Like, what? And I told them there is an energy and a moment in the world's history that is happening in Saudi. And if you can, move here, like without a question, because there is something happening. It is going to be the capital of, like, one of the key capitals in the world.
Joining us is Aida Murad. She is an author and also a global impact artist. Aida, welcome to Podcast So happy to have you with
Hi.
us.
So happy to be here.
How's it going?
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
There's-
I gotta say, I like the dress, the white. The
Thanks.
white. That's a strong vibe. You know. So Aida, you're like, I read, I read your story. Career path, what you've been doing. It's been phenomenal. It's
Thank
been
you.
without a doubt something that I can call very creative. You went out of the box. You really did it. So share with us,
Bits
brief
and pieces.
brief of it. Yes, please go for it.
So the long story short
Yeah.
is I used to be an economist
Mhm.
and then became semi-paralyzed overnight. So I couldn't walk or move for 4.5 years. And then I really believe God gives you challenges to with such hidden blessings, and it's really up to us to seize them. So that challenge led me to my purpose, which is to use art for impact. Art, and when we're just talking about what does impact mean
Yeah, exactly.
with when it comes to art. But
Yeah.
for me, it's to uplift human beings, to help people feel better, because I really believe when you feel more whole as a person, you will go into your life, your own bubble, and make it better. And then, oh my goodness, the ripple effects that happens from that is stunning. So that's, long story short, is I used to be an economist, was obsessed with economics,
Uh-huh.
and then because of that health trauma, I just turned to art because I kept asking, why did God put me here?
Uh-huh.
And I couldn't find an answer. So I said, okay, I have a unique fingerprint. And I know that is something special about me. The rest, I'm not sure. So I just started painting with my finger. And why fingers? Because I couldn't hold a paintbrush, because I couldn't move my hands.
You paint with your fingers.
Everything with my fingers,
Really?
yeah. So, and then while I was doing this over and over, and I'm self-taught, I just found a safe space to talk about all these, traumas. It's just we all go through stuff. And for me, I was raised with not talking about these things. Like, you have to keep them. There was such shame when you experience something so difficult, and to go out and air your dirty laundry was frowned upon. So I just had art to process that, and then found joy and
Wow.
love and
Wow.
everything
Wow.
delicious.
That's inspirational.
Thank
I
you.
gotta say that. Yeah. I mean, you look. Wow. You're like. I couldn't. No one could tell. But how did I mean.
How did it
Exactly. If you could
feel?
share with us, how did happen? And then, because to be honest, the mindset to pass such a thing, a lot of people go through that and they just, you know what, just say that's it for us, and they just take life on it. But
Yeah.
you know, you took a different
Yeah.
path.
Yeah. I mean, it came with breakdowns, but I truly, truly, with all my being, believe God does not give you more than you can handle. So
Yes, absolutely.
I had a choice. I reached rock bottom and I said, I could live here at rock bottom, or I could just choose something else. And then one day I couldn't move most of my body except one finger, and that moment has stuck with me.
Can I ask,
What happened?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was severe arthritis. I mean, you can see a little bit of it here It's this is like this, but my whole body was like that. And how did it happen? No one knows. I was so young, so it's a mystery.
Okay.
But when that basically when I couldn't move my whole body except this one finger, and I was so depressed, I
You
said,
couldn't move your whole body except that one finger.
yeah. And the
Wow.
crazy thing was, really, in within 1 hour, I could move more parts, but then the next hour I could move nothing. Like, so it was mentally extremely hard. Um, but I remember that moment, I just realized I have a choice. I could focus on the 99.9% of my body that was not functioning, or I could focus on this finger. And no joke, I felt like the healthiest woman alive because I just was so happy with this movement of this finger. And everything else became irrelevant. So that defines a lot of my personality and a lot of my art. Of I really believe everything is perspective. And if you choose to see the good in the world, the good in your situation, the good will expand. I really believe in that. And yeah.
That is inspirational, to be honest, and
Thank
motivational. You know,
Thank you.
there's always something to do, right? There's always something to do.
Yeah.
You got a broken hand. It's all right. You can still do that.
And there's always something to complain about, right?
Yeah.
It's there's always something like, ooh, I wanted that. And then I remember a crazy story. I had incredible Grammy Award winning artists approach me and we collaborated together. I'll tell you all about it. But
Yeah, please.
this was a dream.
Yeah.
And to have them come to me and say, Aida, we want to work with you. And the crazy thing, I got it. And it was satisfying for maybe 5 seconds. And then I was on to the next goal. So when things like when my dreams were coming true and I realized the satisfaction level was much shorter than I thought, I was like, I need to train my relationship with my goals, my life, and find the satisfaction in the day-to-day things, not the big milestone. You get what I mean?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
it's so easy to chase and chase and chase.
Yes.
And then
It doesn't stop.
it doesn't stop.
Yeah.
So what are you feeding?
When there's a great moment happening, eventually it will end.
Yeah.
When there's a bad moment happening, eventually it will end.
But you can enjoy the great moment
Yes.
much more when you've trained yourself to enjoy micro moments before. And that's how you enjoy the macro.
Wow.
You get what I
I
mean?
gotta respect that. That is just that is deep. You know, yeah. I mean, can you please? This is for my own interest. You
Yeah.
know, I'm sure a lot of the audience also will be interested in that. Can you repeat that again?
Yeah. So everything's like training a muscle. So
Yeah.
in order to enjoy those big macro moments, those
Yeah.
milestone moments,
Yeah.
you need to train yourself to enjoy the micro moments, micro blessings. Like, I have food on the table today. I was able to walk here. I'm able to look at you and have a conversation. Like, there's so many miracles that happen
True.
for us. And
We should be grateful for.
so grateful for. And that's why
Exactly.
I titled my book Life is a Miracle, because I realize we have an issue as humans. We're not present for the miracles in our lives. And we're all waiting for this big aha moment. But it comes and goes, and we're still in that not so happy
Aida,
personality.
you're surprising me. You know, for such a lot of these successful individuals, right? Elegant
you.
or good-looking individuals. They take life for granted. But gratitude.
It's everything.
Gratitude is a blessing, man.
Yeah.
Once you have gratitude in your life. So tell me about your book, Life is a Miracle.
Life is a Miracle.
I like that title. Life is a
Yeah.
miracle.
It's
It is. It is. Once you think about it, it is. Yeah.
Right? So it's been a dream come true. 5 years in the making.
Yeah.
It's a combination.
Is it in English or in Arabic?
English?
English.
I'm
okay.
actually working potentially with a potential sponsor to translate it into
Okay.
Arabic. So we'll see.
Give me a call.
I will let you know. So it's basically a coffee table art book, but that uses paintings to talk about life messages, and then a creative activity for you to do. I wish I got a copy with me, but it is so each.
Signed
I know
copy.
a signed
Yeah,
copy. I
yeah,
need to get
yeah.
you. So it's basically one painting paired. Each painting is paired with a story of why I created it, and I'll give you an example, and then a key life message,
Okay.
and then a creative activity for you to process the key life message. So, let's give one example. Okay, so one painting's about healthy romantic love. And how do you get that? What is it? So I created a painting about that. And how do you get a divine, like a masculine and a feminine, and have a healthy relationship? So I write the story about that, and then a key message about love, and then I give you a creative prompt for you to understand what is your relationship, whether you're single or in a relationship. What is your relationship with romance? You know, these in the book there's very human topics.
Okay.
So we talked about love, then there's one about money, there's one about grief, because we all experience grief, there's one about just hope. There's so many topics that are just human, and a lot of them we don't talk about them. So art is easier to.
God is great.
Yeah.
See, he puts you in a spot, and then bam, look what you did. You were in a situation where, and then look what you made out of it.
And he got me to Saudi. I did not.
And I want to speak about that. So what happened? So what happened there? How did you come to Saudi Arabia?
It was really divine
How long
intervention.
was it? That's
So
interesting
it's only
too.
been a year and a half.
Okay.
So I feel that
You've
come back home.
You've been here for a year and a half.
Year and a half.
Okay.
So I actually, when I was younger in kindergarten, I was living in Jeddah.
Okay.
So it's almost like somehow I'm coming back home. Like I remember my first memories was going to Pink Panther kindergarten
Okay.
in Saudi. So who would have thought I'm coming back? Anyway,
Yeah.
so the how I came.
Yeah.
So I was living between LA, New York, and DC. So I
Okay.
had studios between the three.
Nice.
And then
You got the New York style going on, huh? The elegant going on. I can tell.
So I was coming to film a documentary with an
Yeah.
Oscar-winning team about how art can help in rehabilitation, not to Saudi, to basically Lebanon, Colombia, and Greece. I was going to
Okay.
work with refugees
Okay.
and help them process life through art, so
Okay.
art therapy. And then TED Talks picked
TED,
me
of course.
as their inaugural artist to create an installation about how nature can help in human behavior. How nature is our highest technology, basically. I'm coining the term.
What's your background, Aida? What did you study? Like what
Economics.
Economics.
So I was an economist, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I loved economics. So I was supposed to go to London and then something in Switzerland.
Yeah.
I'm on the flight to go see my family in Jordan.
Yeah.
As soon as I sit, everything gets cancelled. Everything.
Uh-huh.
So long story short, I'm like, okay, God, this is you. I'm going to go see family. Guide me. And then
I love how you always go to God. You said this. You believe everything is God's faith. You accept whatever
yeah,
happens. That's
because
just
I do have a core belief.
that's how successful, healthy people live. Healthy mentally. I
Yeah.
mean.
Because, paired with that is I really believe God wants what's best for me. Like it's a
course,
deep
course.
belief, right? So when something deviates, like knowing I do everything I can, I deliver. And I when I feel guided to take an action, I take the action. So I'm not sitting and just being like, take me where you want. But anyway, so I listen.
Yeah, you were in and then the flight got
So
canceled.
I go to Jordan, see
Yeah,
family.
Yeah.
And then October 7th happens, and a lot of people in Jordan were really unhappy. So I was like, okay, let me create a space for them to process just the grief and what's happening in the region. So I created a studio, and I knew it was only for 1 month. I felt it was going to be very short. Then I get a call from a company here saying, you've been shortlisted to run our creative incubator. Are you interested? I said, Riyadh? Didn't even think of it. Great. Let me see.
And that was in 2023.
That was 2023.
2023. Okay.
Yeah. So I come with the plan of I have no meeting scheduled. I'm just coming, talk to this individual, and then leave. Third day, I get somehow I meet this other company, actually, basically King Salman Foundation,
Okay.
and I end up working with them. I
Cash
can't-
relief.
KSF, no,
Okay.
it's the King's New
Oh, okay.
Foundation.
King's
So
relief.
it's relatively new. They announced it a few months ago.
Okay.
So can't dive into
Of
details,
course.
but
Yeah.
ended up working with, on a topic for them for a couple of months, and that's kind of how I stayed. So my ticket back, I never took it.
Round
My
trip
things are still-
canceled. You know.
And you know what? So we ended the assignment, but I chose to stay because I fell in love
Yeah.
with everything about this country.
Mm.
And I'll tell you why. It's
Yes.
very simple.
Mm.
It's the people.
Mm.
You can go to the most beautiful spaces in the world, but if you don't have incredible humans, incredible community, the beauty won't last. And here I've created the most paintings I've ever done in my life because I've been so inspired.
Interesting.
I think in 1 year I made, I'm
Here in
probably
Saudi
in
Arabia,
Saudi,
you created the
a
more.
hundred, maybe 100 paintings, which is unheard of for me because my paintings are quite large. So the highest number of art I've created is here because, I'm so inspired. I have everything that I want here, and it all goes back to, alhamdulillah, all goes back to humans because I feel safe, not just physically, but emotionally. Like everyone's genuinely kind. And so, Harvard did the longest study on happiness. And what is the core reason as to what has a person living longer and happier is relationships. So if you have a community that you feel safe with, that is a game changer for your health, for your wellness, mental and physical. So that's why I chose to stay here.
Interesting. That
Because of
is.
the people.
It's so you came here 2023. What was your expectation? Let me say, like, if I can speak about your expectation, and now year and a half, what's your community like? Because you spoke about relationship and people. Who's your
So
your
painting
community,
summarizes this.
Yeah.
There was one painting I did about homes of Riyadh. And at first, my initial reaction was like, oh my goodness, everyone's so guarded. They're unapproachable first because I see the houses. You can't see anything. It's all like walls. But then within the first week, I was invited to so many Saudi homes. And in the US, this is unheard of. And it is the greatest honor to enter someone's home. They're welcoming you into their home. There's private space. And then I was showered with kindness and love. And so the painting, you'll see, like at first it's like a little secluded and protected. And then all of a sudden there's all these bright colors. Because that's for me, Riyadh and the people of Riyadh. So my community here is quite diverse. But that's who I am. I always love diversity. So I have Saudi friends of all kinds, of all ages. Above 20.
Okay. No teenagers going on up here. Okay.
So up to like 85.
Wow.
And some are housewives, some are working. Also, a lot of diplomats here I've met, a lot of friends who I have one friend from George Washington University where I went and studied. She just moved here and we reconnected here. We weren't that close in GW.
A lot of people are moving here
There are a lot of people are moving here.
from abroad.
But when I speak to someone who's unhappy here, immediately I know they just haven't put in effort to get to know people. Because it doesn't take much to make good friends here, actually.
You're right.
Right, Zah?
It's easy. It's easy.
It's
You say hi, how's it going, whatever,
And
Offer 'em a snack, bam.
Yeah,
guys,
exactly.
You guys hit it off, what it's. Yeah,
Exactly.
we're that kind of people. I mean,
Exactly. And
I
then
agree.
the cafes are open till so late. Like I love that.
It's
Even though
it's
I sleep early, I just love
it's
seeing the life.
and there's everything.
There's everything.
You want to attend the biggest boxing match? You got it.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
biggest soccer match? Oh, you want to see Kanye West live? Man, he's coming
Yeah.
soon. What do you want? Riyadh is almost like
Yeah.
it's becoming the capital of like everything, not
Honestly,
just
I'm
on the
telling all my
entertainment
friends
part,
to move
even
here.
art.
Yeah.
You as an artist,
Yeah.
yeah. How do you see that part? Your
So it's
perspective.
developing. I would
Yeah,
say the art
yeah.
world here is
And there's focus on it, like there's care
yeah, yeah,
on it
yeah.
at the moment.
There's
I've
quite a
seen.
bit yet to do, but because so I'll start with my experience has been lovely. As I am so happy I moved my art practice from the US to Saudi. Like I am and in still in process of moving.
Yeah.
Because there is a curiosity, a genuine curiosity about different creations. So that's beautiful. Second is there's a more of a blank canvas to explore what you could do together. When there's curiosity, that means there's more space,
Yes.
you know? And then third, you get no's, naturally, but I've gotten yeses. For example, I did the first exhibition at St. Regis for them. They've never done an art exhibition
Yeah,
before
yeah.
because they're new, right?
Yeah.
So I launched my book, Life is a Miracle, there, and did a collection of, and also did the love letter to Riyadh. I did a whole
A love letter to Riyadh.
Riyadh, yeah.
That is interesting.
So I created, I think, 30 paintings. Each one was a love letter to Riyadh.
It was
and
all Riyadh, like inspired
All
by
Riyadh
by the
inspired.
capital. Riyadh.
All about Riyadh.
Interesting.
And some paintings were about the people, some paintings were about the land. I go a lot on walks and hikes, so it's all about Riyadh. And then I created a large installation for people to write their love letters to Riyadh. And I had one woman, a Saudi woman actually, who told me, I've been living here for so long, and because of the exhibit, you reminded me why Riyadh is so special. So that was really beautiful. Yeah,
Wow.
that's like the positive stuff. And
Yep.
then I think the areas of development is, there's still some supplies that I can't find quite easily. And when you can't find something much so easily, then it's quite expensive to get.
Yeah.
So even creating the exhibition, those are some skill sets are still missing, like good framers and things like that. But those are just natural and
Things that
not the
eventually will
game-changing.
evolve.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, I like how, the relationship, it's very genuine and pure, I can tell.
Yeah.
Right? Like you seem like a very genuine, straight out person.
Yeah.
You
Just
know.
use what you get.
Exactly. When you see what you get, If she doesn't like you, bam, she's not gonna
That's a problem.
she's
for
not
me,
gonna knock
actually.
that smile for you,
It's true.
I feel that. I thank
true.
I
I've gone
thank God
into
I'm getting
problems
these
for you.
smiles. I'm okay, guys, and I'm doing good, And very self-confident, I can tell, that there's a lot of people that I've interviewed here, met here, and they say, "Waleed, there's some energy. I don't know. There's something about here,
Yeah. There's something.
that we come here. That's it, man. Especially people come from abroad, and I always say it, and I said it publicly also,
Yeah.
that sometimes a lot of Saudis take a lot of things for granted, right? Like gratitude is very important, and you see, gratitude's very big part of your personality. I can tell. You're like,
Yeah.
like I woke up in the morning. Thank
Yeah.
God I'm awake. I have this water,
Yeah.
doing this workout or whatever, and and we complain a lot in life, and that's not. When you see the Kingdom's Vision 2030, right? Let me just gear up the topic a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah,
You're an
yeah.
economist, and I can bam,
Yeah.
you know. When you see the Kingdom's Vision 2030, this ambition vision led by His Royal Highness the Crown Prince, Mohammed bin Salman, Prime Minister, who basically created this vision also and believed in it, and and had high hopes on it, and once in a forum said the kingdom will become the new Europe. Let me get. I want to get your perspective when you see that energy, these
Mm.
companies coming, PIF building, Riyadh Air, all these big events here, FII. Now the World Economic Forum is going to happen in 2026 here in the
Mm.
kingdom. How do you see it?
I
What
mean,
does it
so
like tell
I've been
you?
telling, I went back to DC a couple months ago to see some friends, and a lot of them were like, Aida, why are you in Saudi? Like,
Mm.
what? And I told them there is an energy and a moment in the world's history that is happening in Saudi. And if you can, move here,
Mm.
like without a question, because there is something happening. It is going to be the capital of, like, one of the key capitals in the world.
It is.
It just is, and it's hard to articulate. You can have all the numbers, the statistics, like, oh, number of women employed, all that stuff, but once you land, you immediately get it. I've talked to so many foreigners here who are like, you're right. There's
Once you
just
land, you
something. Once you
easily
land,
get
you
it.
will
I
get it.
like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I mean, it's happening, this transformation.
Mm.
You can see the growth. You can see the development. I mean, in a year and a half, I've had not just macro companies that I know from around the world coming, but also the middlemen, the medium-sized companies.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's also a great sign, because it's sometimes easy to get the big guys, sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's really when you also
Yep.
get the medium,
Exactly.
right? And they're like, and like for me, for example, I'm small, right? In terms of company, I'm an
For
artist.
now. For
yeah,
now.
for
Huh?
now. But when you know you can succeed in a company,
Mm.
in a country, whether you're small, medium, or large scale company, and you can give back to the country and it's giving back to you,
Mm.
then you know this is a recipe for just not just success, but for
Mm.
growth.
Attracting foreign investor now, it's easier than ever. This is the
And
place
there's
to
so
be,
many
to get.
sectors you can dive into
Yeah,
here,
yeah,
like so many. Um, and then there's outside of Riyadh as well,
Of course.
right? Like I haven't yet had the luxury of
Did you go?
truly
Did you
exploring.
go to Al Ula
No,
or
so that's
Neom,
on my list.
Red Sea before?
That's on my
Red
list.
Sea,
It's all on
Red
my list.
Sea.
But the thing is, it's
We'll do it.
crazy. A year. So this is. I get this question a lot from
Yeah,
friends abroad.
yeah.
Do you get bored, Ida?
Mm.
Not for a single second.
Mm.
Genuinely, I don't have to be here. I choose to be here. And in a year and a half, I'm always inspired,
Mm.
which is, I'm so grateful, but unusual.
It's great to hear. It's great to hear, Aida. Now I gotta ask you, the World Economic Forum, the
Yeah.
global forum. I mean, that's something big too, right? You're
Yeah.
gonna be part of it. I believe you're going next year.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
So I'm so grateful that I've been selected as young global leader. So it's quite crazy. Really senior people are part of it.
Yeah. Doesn't really signify but
Yeah, no, so I'm grateful basically because I care about creating an impact. And how can you use art to get people to be more whole and to be closer? So just a fun fact, I helped start the largest festival celebrating refugees' talents in the creative industries in the US. We had 4,000 people come. I worked with Deepak Chopra on the largest online mental health summit. So we had 1 million people log in. So I know that we can use art for really large things, like and life-changing things. So even how do you change the perspective of some of the perspective that people have about Saudi? Because there's just a shift, right?
Of course, yes.
Art is huge because what does art do? It shifts human behavior. So World Economic Forum
Really,
came because
sometimes does shift.
it
human-
does. It does shift people's behavior.
That's why it's called global
Impact art,
Impact
yeah.
art.
Because
Okay.
that's what I care about. I care about shifting behavior of humans to something better, right? Whatever stage you are in, and also nature conservation is a big part of my work. So I'm grateful that I'm part of that, and art was not part of the conversation at World Economic Forum for the longest time. So if you even look at the nominees, the selected ones from the Young Global Leaders this year, last year, and before, slowly, artists are growing. So I'm happy to be there. I'm going this year for the Young Global Leaders Forum, and then hopefully next year. And I was at FII, and again, I was the.
How was that like?
It was incredible.
Yeah.
Again, I'm telling all my investor friends, like, you need to come.
Yeah.
Like, you need to. It's just.
Yeah.
Again, some people are scared because of the stories they hear, and I reinforce it is the safest country I've been at, and as a woman, and as a single, woman, because they're worried if they're not married. So, for anyone listening and thinking, especially if you're female and not with a family,
Don't worry about
there's
it. You're
doors
a boss
are
here.
doors are open.
Yeah.
Doors are open, and,
Yeah.
and that's, I think, the biggest thing my friends ask me about. But anyway, I went to TED, I went to FII, I went to Nexus, like so many different global
How
forums.
was that like too? You were like, I'm coming to Riyadh and I'm attending all these events in Riyadh, FII, TED, etc. Were you expecting that, or did you know about that before you came here?
No, I didn't know. I
Okay.
mean, again, Saudi was not on my radar.
Okay.
Like
So,
zero.
and this is, I believe, sometimes lack maybe. Of course, sometimes the Western media will not give us, will not portray us, how we should. But also, we should be exposing ourselves more, telling more, so
Yeah.
people would know, would
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah, I think there's quite a bit of work yet to be done, because I was shocked
I
at the
got it, I
questions.
got
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
That's
That's
my
why I
role.
was so honored to be here, because I'm telling you, I'm the biggest, like, advocate for Saudi. I'm trying to get
I
all
know.
my community to come
I
here.
heard.
'Cause I'm
I
in
heard.
love with this country.
I heard.
And if I can make it as an artist here, really any sector, any sector can thrive here.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, because I
It's-
think art is one of the.
It's one of the golden. I think it's these the golden years here in Saudi Arabia, because, with Vision 2030, they're going after it all, right? You speak about technology, you speak about art, you speak about sports, you speak about economy.
Exactly.
Bam.
And the beautiful thing when you're talking about technology, especially AI, thing is, when you have a curious population, innovation, that's a recipe for innovation, right? So I've had conversations with so many different types of people to explore what can we do together around AI and art. Like, I'm not a huge advocate for using, like, creating art through AI, but again, we're being curious. So that means we're open-minded. Let's do something no one else in the world has done. What could that be? And we're still brainstorming. I have so many different conversations, but that's the unique thing. And, I've lectured and taught innovation at MIT and Google, working with their engineers on how to innovate.
Really?
Yeah, and all through art. So again, I'm seeing it here. We cannot underestimate a thirsty and curious population to create new things. And what I would say, which I'm excited about, I know they're building more innovation hubs, because that's something that I think would be great to utilize basically this curious population and of both Saudis and expats coming together
True.
and creating something that's never been done before in all these different sectors.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Wow. Aida, you're one of the most, I'm going to say it, like, sophisticated, intelligent individual, man. You've done this before, huh? This is a piece of cake to
No,
you. I'm usually I'm the one, but you're good. I gotta tell you, you're good. You're good, Aida, and that's, and that's a talent that I believe that's like a mindset, to be honest. Like, all what you're saying is I'm accepting it, and I'm feeling it, and I'm inspired with it, and I'm also motivated by it. And I also say, oh, yes,
Yeah.
if you know what I mean. Oh, man, because, you work in different sectors, and obviously you're using arts in every way, in every field, every sector. You're using it, setting Google, right? I mean, how does that work? I don't even know. You know what I mean? And, even mental illness or my mental health, I think I think you mentioned mental
Yeah, with
illness or
Deepak
mental.
Chopra,
Yeah, yeah,
the mental health summit.
yeah. And that's that's pretty cool.
Thank
What do you want to achieve? What does Aida want to reach to? A person of,
you. Mm,
you know, of because you probably achieved a lot of things that you wanted to,
yeah.
right? And that moment was like, fine, yeah, okay, I'm cool. Well, but you didn't take it for granted, you know.
Yeah, I love
You
that
you want to
question.
like you said, what do you want? Like, what does a person?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love that question. I thank you so much. I'll tell you the first answer that came to me.
Mm,
So I'm working on a TV show
mm,
of turning my book into a TV show about how to use art for basically healing and impact and
really?
again talk about the day-to-day things that we were just talking about, like
Yeah.
money, healthy love.
Yeah.
So Amazon actually wanted to do one with me a couple years ago, but now I'm talking to this U.S. organization, and I'm trying to say, let's do it in Riyadh. Like, I want to do it in Riyadh. So that, what would be great is if I structured it where we filmed everything here. I want it to be, I told them I don't want it anywhere else other than in Riyadh. So that to make that come to life and to have a space, it's always been a dream of mine, maybe for the last 15 years, to have a communal space that I create where people can come take care of their well-being through the creative industries. Like, I want you to come paint in this one section. I want you to come cook in one section, because that's an art form. I want you to learn to,
And artists are like engineers. You guys are like, whoa, out of the box, you know. Better than engineers, you know.
No.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that would be what I would really like love to do. And you know, when you have a dream, sometimes it's scary to go after it.
course.
But I think now I'm ready.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm excited about.
Did you visionize, or did you see yourself doing all of that during a certain period of time?
Yeah.
Where you're like, yeah, I'm gonna. Did you
No,
believe
I'm,
all,
I'm
all of that will come?
yeah, I think it's a mix of different things. I think I was guided to it. You know, I do.
You were guided to it.
Yeah, it's like, you know, when I could go in so many different directions. And when you listen, because people I've noticed don't stop to listen to what is being communicated. There's signs all the time. So I'm consistently guided to create something on TV. I've been, you know, I know, inshallah, one day I'll write 2 other books. And then, yeah, and then this communal space. So I think I first I was guided to it, and then I was scared of it. So I pushed it away. And then I kept visualizing it to get the courage for it, and then it just wasn't the right time, so I dropped it.
Yeah.
And then now it's coming back. And then when it's the right time and you have the courage to at least take the first step, God always sends you the next step, you know? So
Absolutely.
then this organization came out of nowhere, and it was like,
Absolutely.
they picked up actually they asked me, asked me a very similar question to you. Aida, what would you like if we could fund anything for you? What would it be? I gave them all these different answers except the TV show, which is the thing I really wanted. Because I was too nervous to say it.
I want to ask you. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Why?
Why was I nervous?
No. Why TV show?
Why TV show? Because one, it's just, there's something about, I don't know, when it's on and you can reach so many other millions of people. You can reach so many people. And there's a power in media.
Sense.
You know,
Makes sense.
that's really it.
Absolutely.
I think
Absolutely makes sense.
no other reason, I think.
No, it's you're accurate. You're accurate. Then, and I think, to be honest, I think you would do great. I think you would do great, because you know, when a person is pure and genuine and focuses on the things that you know what people really want to hear and need mostly, right? You know, because mental illness is a fact, is real. Communication is an issue, right? And you know, I've heard, you know, I've sat in with a lot of artists, right? And a lot of them, you know, some of them are a bit gone in a different way. You know, each one has his own
Yeah.
impact, right? I believe your art is 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 more focused on, you know, happiness, you
Yeah.
know,
Very
relation.
much so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, may I ask you on some of the things that inspired you here in Riyadh or in Saudi Arabia, or some of the drawing or the art that you drew? Which one would be your
Yeah.
favorite?
Yeah.
I gotta ask.
There's one piece I made that looks like the land
Mm.
of Riyadh, like the colors, and it's called caramel goldenness. I don't know
It's
why.
called caramel
Goldenness.
goldness. Okay.
It's just
Nice.
anyway.
You
But
you gotta give us a picture.
I know
We'll
I'll
put
share
it
it.
in the
Yeah.
yeah.
But basically, it has four primary colors.
Uh-huh.
One, the background is like a very it's purplish, but you can't really see the purple because then it's covered by gold.
Mm.
And why purple? First, because I feel that everyone somehow is connected to something bigger than themselves here. I just feel it, which changes the behavior of a population. Second is gold
Mm.
because, and then yellow and white because I was trying to communicate the majesty I feel on this land. There is a majestic presence consistently. And yes, you don't have a lot of green, which that's changing, but there is a different kind of majesty
Mm.
in the rocks and the sand, and that translates into the people. So that would be my favorite. And it's so funny. Someone wanted to buy it, but they were outside of Riyadh, and I'm like, this painting needs to stay here. It needs to be here, because it's such a Riyadh painting.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's
We gotta
that's
show it.
yeah,
so
yeah. I'll send it. So that
I'm
would be my
interested to see it.
favorite.
I'm interested to see it.
Yeah.
You know, how long does it take you to like do these?
So that one
These
took
drawings.
9 months.
And you do it and you don't do like paint like you do with fingers like you paint
Yeah,
fingers.
fingers, and that specific painting, I actually immersed it in water over weeks.
Okay.
So this is part of the beauty of being in a country that's evolving so much. You get inspired to try new things. So I created a whole new collection just with the water immersion, which I've never done before. So you immerse the canvas in water for days, weeks, and could go. And what's beautiful about water is it just takes the colors
Yeah.
and takes its own
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
Like you can't control it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so.
It's pretty cool. You're an economist. I gotta ask you something. Is it like a lot of people always, because you mentioned that there's something about money and happiness, you know, and all of that. Many now, you know, I think now the conversation is changing a little bit. Many are saying it's all about the money. It's all about the money.
I love that. Yeah.
Yeah. What is your perspective here?
Yeah, that annoyed me before actually when people, would just move here for the money.
Ronaldo's here for the money. Oh, he's here for the
Yeah,
money.
yeah.
Oh, he's here.
I would say there's some truth to that, but that is like a very I
Of
would say
course.
not the whole truth. Far from it.
I mean,
And it's
it
completely.
is part of it, but yeah.
But money is important,
Of
but
course.
it is just not. It's just not true.
Yeah.
Like he's renewing. Actually, let me not speak for him because I don't know him.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
what I'm seeing from
Yeah,
a lot of
yeah,
people
yeah.
who moved here for jobs because they pay really well. Let's just say, I've seen a behavior where now they used to leave every weekend to Dubai. Now they're staying here because they're happy. And one of my friends switched to a lower paying job here instead of taking a job in Germany, I believe that was paying much more, because she said, I'm much happier here. And it's funny, if you invest in your happiness, long term that saves you money because you will be
Absolutely.
less sick. You will be,
Invest in your
And
happiness.
then what's the point of it's
Invest in
not
your
it's not all
happiness.
about the money here. Money is
Exactly.
important, but people I'm seeing it are happier.
Yeah.
Um
I like that
yeah.
word. Invest in your happiness. You know,
Yeah.
we thrive a lot. You know, to
And
make
something
ourselves
I
rich and
noticed
all
which I
this.
love about Saudis
Yeah.
here, they feel it. They're very intuitive people.
Yeah.
When you are here
Yeah.
just to suck basically
Yeah.
money out or something out, they will feel it
Yeah.
and they
Yeah.
will not, from
Yeah.
what I've seen,
Yeah.
not likely work with you
Yeah. Yeah.
because they have a million people they could work with,
Exactly.
right?
You're right.
So, yeah.
Yeah. I demand this is awesome. You know, all these. You know, before I end this conversation, I know I have limited time. Oh my God, I'm already past. I was gonna ask you about happiness because you
Yeah.
mentioned happiness. Like, what is happiness? Like, really, you know,
Yeah.
because you really went deep into it, and this is a question that I've been hearing a lot. You know, people are saying, "Oh man, I got this, I got this." You know, I just bought a Hurricane 2022. It's outside. You know, it spits fire when I leave the hotel. But you know, happiness maybe is still not there. So, what is happiness? Do you think from your perspective?
For me, happiness and contentment
Yeah.
have to go together
Yeah.
because you have to start with being content with where you are and who you are.
Yeah.
And contentment means being okay with where you are.
Okay.
And it's more than okay.
Uh-huh.
Contentment is satisfaction,
Mhm.
fulfillment.
A person who's
So
like very ambitious, who wants this, who wants that, and wants that. Is it possible for them to be happy, or do
I
they have
don't
to
I
settle?
think I think it's a balance. Like I have goals, I have aspirations, I have things that I do want,
Mm-hmm.
right? Um, Personally and professionally. But I found that once you again get the thing, if you haven't trained yourself to be happy without the thing, you will never be happy with the thing,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's just so
Absolutely. Absolutely.
yeah, I think
Awesome.
that's my
Awesome
answer.
conversation.
Thank you.
Time was limited, but it was a great talking to you, Ida. Appreciate
Thank
your
you
time
so
so much.
much.
I wish you all the best in the future and all the
Thank you.
success. And I'm sure, you know, we'll do something like this again very soon.
Inshallah, love that.
Inshallah, inshallah. Dear
Thank
viewers,
you.
thank you for watching. Have a great, positive day and listen to Ida. Listen to what I said, not to what I said. Take care.